All right, let's get this. Oh, hold on one second. Of course, this is all I do right as soon as I start that. Okay, well, we're just gonna, oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Share screen. Here we go. We are fancy this time and have an actual presentation for you guys that are visual. So welcome to Friday Flow. This is our second Friday Flow. So if you're enjoying this, make sure to let us know so that we can continue to put these together for you. So really quickly, we're just going to kick this off by introducing ourselves again for those of you that might not know us or those of you that are watching the replay. So I'm Mickeeley. I am your human design expert. I started with human design about 3 years or so ago, and it changed my life. It was very self-validating and helped me discover my soul self on a deeper level. And this past few months to a year, I've really been implementing and focusing on my design and how I show up. And it's just really fun to see how much more aligned and authentic my life is, my connections are. But aside from human design, I am a mama to 2 little ones, a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I love true crime. I love a good thriller book. I love to travel. I'm actually heading to Georgia after this. So yeah, I just like to have fun and live life to the fullest. And so now you get to meet Samantha, for those of you that don't know her. So Samantha, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, yes. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Samantha Nichole, aka Mindful Mama. I am the creator and founder of mindfulmamawellness.org. It is an in-home and online women's wellness studio. And I really wanted to create a place where we could be well together. I believe that when women connect and collaborate, we become a powerhouse of unstoppable energy. So I do transformation coaching, yoga, meditation classes, and I infuse energy healing into all the work that I do. And my favorite thing is to collaborate, just like we're doing on here, and share what I know, share what I've overcome, share, our stories. And so that's what I love to teach is tapping into our feminine energy. Your 28-day cycle is not just the week of your period, right? It is the whole month. We women, our bodies have this cyclical nature, just like Mother Earth flows through her seasons, we flow through ours. And I believe that when women are equipped with this power and we know ourselves, we trust our bodies, we are our own healers. So my gift is just to tap into your highest self and speak to her and just walk alongside you while we grow and ride the waves together. Yeah.
Sweet. And as a bonus, if you stay to the end and watch this all the way through, we are going to have a way for you to get a free gift from both of us that is valued at over $250. So we'll talk about that just briefly at the end. But let's get kicked off. So Samantha's going to lead us into some grounding breaths and some seated somatics. So we'll let her kick it off on the right foot and we'll get this show on the road.
So I will say I've got this beautiful set of chakra singing bowls that I have now added to my collection, but we were testing the sound earlier and you couldn't hear the bowls. So just in case, I want to just tap them right now and see if you can hear them with everybody being muted. And if not, that's okay. We'll keep it moving, but okay, so tell me, can you hear it? Yes or no? Can't hear. That's okay. These bowls emit a sound frequency. It's a vibration, and we're playing with technology. So sometimes these frequencies, okay, like if you were here with me on this mat and I put this bowl on your belly, not only would you be able to hear it, but you could feel it. Okay. And as these frequencies enter our bodies, they begin to heal us, relax our nervous system. And just like when we get a cut, our body heals itself. We are our own healers, and sound frequency is one of them. But also moving our body, inviting new energy in when we are, stuck, stagnant, depressed, still. That energy just stays dormant, right? But when we are open and we are flowing and we are invigorated, right? We naturally radiate this good energy. So yoga and mindful movement, somatic movement with breath. We're going to be inviting our breath, breathing in deep from our bellies, right? Breathing into our hearts. And we're going to do a priming breathwork exercise before we get into the lessons that I know you're going to love. But just a disclaimer before you get started with this breath work, if you feel lightheaded or dizzy at any time, you can stop, you can chill out, but I invite you, this is you and your breath. This is you and your body. Push the limits and see what you can find. Okay. Begin to trust yourself in these practices, and you'll be amazed at what happens in life. So let's go ahead and get started by dropping in. So we're just going to be mindful of, we're here, we're together, you're in this space. Maybe you have some water. You have some water nearby. You can let out and exhale, just let it all go. Anything that you came with this morning, exhale, let it go. Really ground down into the present moment, feeling your sit bones at the surface beneath you. Okay. And when we arrive here, what I'd love for you to do is take 3 deep breaths. This is going to tell our brains that we are safe. And it's immediately going to make you, it's going to give you that instant gratification of being connected with yourself. Okay. So from your sit bones, I want you to notice down at the base of your spine. Okay. And draw an inhale in through your nose, up your spinal column. Imagine that breath traveling all the way up to your crown chakra. And you're going to hold your breath at the top. Hold that life force energy inside of you. Hold it as long as you can. And then when you can't hold it anymore, open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out and let it go. And if you audibly sigh, right, then your throat chakra is being activated too. So even that vibration, again, that sound vibration is beautiful. So let's do it again from the base of our spines. Big inhale. Hold at the top. And open your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. See how long and slow you can elongate that exhale. Okay, last one, breathing in long, slow, deep inhale in through the nose, imagining all of that new energy invigorating your cells of your being as you hold your breath, your prana, your life force energy. Let it ruminate inside of you. And then open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Anything that doesn't serve your best self, get rid of it. You can use this somatic movement of literally taking your arms, brushing it off against your legs getting it out of you, okay? So we meet ourselves now after just those 3 deep breaths. How powerful that is to come into your best self. So let's get some movement in. You can place your right hand down on the ground. Let me see if I can go like this and you can see me. There we go. I'll back it up a little bit. Okay, right hand down, left arm up and over. You can gaze at your fingertips, move them, wiggle them, really feeling this stretch in the left side body. Breathe into the left side body. Imagine that breath traveling all the way up your arm, out of your fingers. Remember, spirit fingers, right? That's what we're reaching for. You can even cactus arm that left hand back and down, getting a nice stretch in the shoulder blades in the back. And then let's go ahead and reach our right arm up and over our head, gazing at our fingertips, taking a deep breath into the right side body. And then pull your arm back, stretch it back and down. Nice. Let's go ahead and take as if you have some open space in front of you, right? Or even if you're just doing this, you can sweep the ground just side by side, getting some movement in our core, in our spine. We're lighting up our spine. If you can imagine these chakras that we have, right? These energy centers throughout our bodies. When we move our spine, we really get to invigorate and open up those energy centers, and we naturally feel good. So let's get some nice side body stretching in. Nice, love it. Okay, so we're gonna do a seated cat-cow. So if we were in a yoga pose on all fours, right, we would be pushing away and then leaning in, okay? So when you can place your palms on your thighs, feel extra grounded in this. Give yourself a squeeze, okay? Squeeze your thighs, love up on your body, on yourself. So thankful and grateful that you have a healthy body that is moving you through this day. Breathe in that goodness, hold it, feel it, feel it, feel it, and relax and let it go and trust yourself. So we're going to go ahead and exhale and push away, giving like a C to your spine. And then inhale, reach forward, and you can use your thighs to push off, okay? And then exhale, lean back. And find your flow. Really loud breathing to open up. Nice. Okay, so we're feeling a little open, yeah? We're feeling good. We're inviting new energy, and we are intentionally starting this practice, starting our day, you know, with self-care in mind. And when we do this, we empower ourselves. We feel good. We're naturally going to radiate some good energy and be happy people because you did the work. This is the work. It's just meeting yourself on the mat, right? Breathing, opening up, stretching. It doesn't have to be complicated or look any certain way. So now what I want to teach is a priming breath work practice, okay? So we're going to do this for about 30 seconds to a minute, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate and then you can follow along, all right? So we're going to breathe in and reach our hands up, and then breathe out, exhale, and pull your hands back down, okay? Now again, with breath work, you find your flow. You find your cadence. So if it's slow or fast, do what works for you. And again, push yourself, challenge yourself, and see what's on that other side. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Find your rhythm, find your flow. Speed it up if you'd like. I promise the end in mind. Hold the end in mind. See that fire flame that you're igniting in your body. Your arms are moving. We are feeling it. Almost done. Inhale, exhale, and let your hands sit on your lap, palms open. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Relax your shoulders, drop the weight of your body into Mother Earth. Feel the energy that you just created. This is yours. You are a powerful creator. You are the captain of your soul. You are the master of your fate. Let this energy that you now know that you can create and control and radiate. This is you. This is you and your highest self. Connect with her, feel her. And you can place your hands in prayer position in front of your heart. Bow your head. Take a deep breath in. I am so happy and grateful. XYZ. I am so happy and grateful. Feel in this moment. Thank you for grounding with me. Thank you for connecting. And namaste. All right. Let's get started. Mickeeley.
Okay, that felt so good. I love it so much. Okay, so if you were here last week, we're going to do things a little bit differently. Today, I'm going to talk to you about living authentically as you, living in alignment, and what that looks like. So I am going to condense like an hour's worth of information into about 10 to 15 minutes. So if this is a lot of information and you don't know what to do with it, message me after and let's have a conversation. Human design lights me up, and I would love to share more of this information with you. So today we're going to kick off by starting with the 5 types. So in human design, you want to focus on your 3-tier cake. Your cake is what you want to focus on the most. That's your type, your strategy, and your authority. So with manifestors are about 9% of the population. They are here to create from a thought, be influential, be impulsive, but they have a closed aura. So with these types, we're going to talk about the strategy, and then we're going to go through the authorities. So if you know what your type is already, pay attention to your type. If you don't know what your type is, then see which one resonates the most with you, and then message me after and we can figure out what your type is for you. Okay, so because of the closed aura that manifestors have, their strategy is to inform your friends and family. Let them know before you start projects, before you make action on a decision, but you want to focus on informing. So next we have the generators, which is about 37% of the population. These are powerhouses of energy. They love to work on passion projects, but they often get frustrated and quit too soon. Their strategy is to respond, not to initiate, but to respond to opportunities. Like the generator, the manifesting generator is about 33%. They also have that sustainable powerhouse of energy. They're multi-passionate. They can be impatient, and they also need to respond. So they're not here to initiate. They're here to pick up and move with the flow. And then projectors are about 20% of the population. They're really intuitive. They guide with a lot of wisdom. They're here to be leaders, but they can burn out quickly because they don't have that defined sacral. And they do have an attractive aura. So if you find yourself attracted to a certain person, chances are they're probably a projector. But projector strategy is to wait to be invited. So they don't need to insert themselves or take action without being invited to do so. And then lastly, the most rare type is a reflector. They're about 1%. Reflectors have all of their centers open, so they're supposed to take in, assess, and reflect their environment. Because they have all open centers, they're very sensitive. So their strategy is to wait 28 days before making a decision. Okay, so we're going to get into the authorities, and this is all going to tie together at the end. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. I'll open my chat up. Okay, manifesting generator. Yeah, I'm a manifesting generator, so it looks like we have a lot of manifesting generators. Okay, so the authorities. So your strategy is how the universe reveals opportunities to you, okay? Your authority is like your inner guide. It's going to help you decide whether it's a yes, a no, or a not right now. So you can see here the 7 types of authorities, but we're just going to dive right into them. So with an emotional authority, this comes from your solar plexus. So with emotional, you want to wait at least 24 hours before you make a decision, but it can take as long as a week or however long you need if it's a really big decision, right? And you want to make the decision after you've how is this decision going to make you feel at its highest, and how is it going to make you feel at its lowest? And then once you've kind of rode those waves and you're at like a neutral place, then make that decision, but only if saying yes is going to really light you up. If you're feeling any sort of resistance, it is a no, okay? Yeah, Samantha's an emotional authority. Does anybody else know what authority they are off the top of their head? Next is sacral. This is what I am. So sacral authority obviously comes from your sacral center. And the cool thing about this is people with sacral authorities, like, we make decisions immediately, okay? Like, our gut will literally tell us, and as you decondition more and you get more in tune with your sacral authority, you'll learn, like, you can, like, make noises, like primal noises that will tell you yes or no. So if this feels like excitement to you, it's a yes. If it feels like resistance, it's a no. If you're having any doubt, more than likely it's a no for now, but yes in the future. Okay? And that's okay too. Okay, I know I'm going a little bit fast, so if you have questions, please feel free to ask. Splenic comes from your splenic center. And again, decisions are made immediately. And the spleen is where your intuition is seated. So this is like a very intuitive. So sometimes you'll know the answer immediately, but you don't know how you know. You just know. You know what I mean? So does it feel good to you? Does it feel wrong? And this could feel different for everybody. Some people might feel like really lit up and really excited all of a sudden if it's a yes, and some people might feel like a little bit nauseated if it's a no. It's different per person, but if you listen to your intuition, you'll know the answer. Okay, next is an ego authority, which is from the heart. And this is an immediate decision, but you can also take as long as you need. And the main thing with the ego authority is, does this serve and benefit me? So this one is a little bit of more of a selfish authority, and selfish, I am not using it in a negative connotation. But if it's not going to benefit or serve you in the short term or the long term, then it's probably going to be a no. And you'll know that in your body as well. Okay, self-projected comes from your G center, which is like right here underneath your sternum, connected to your heart. These also can be immediately or as long as you need. And for self-projected, it's really, really important for you to speak this out loud. So whether you set up your phone and you record a video of yourself, or you use your voice memo app, or you talk to a friend or your partner. The important thing is like you speaking, and when you hear, like you're gonna hear yourself and you're just gonna know like, I felt that in my soul. Okay. So next is environmental. And this comes from your entire body. It doesn't come from just one center, but the purpose of this is for you to be able to process through the decision, kind of like the emotional. You want to process through and weigh all of your options to find clarity. And with the environmental, it's really important that you find an environment that you're really comfortable in, whether that's your favorite cafe shop, your bedroom, maybe your car. It'll be different per person, but it's also really helpful if environmental authority people also talk things through with friends, family, partners, in their favorite environment, in an environment that feels good to them. Okay, next is lunar. This is more for reflectors, but lunar, you need to wait an entire 28-day lunar cycle before you make a decision. And that's because the reflectors are so connected with the moon. Like the moon is their authority, and they're going to be able to ride out their emotions. They're going to be able to process things in alignment with the moon's phases. And then at the end of their 28-day cycle, they're going to just naturally have clarity and know whether the decision is right for them or a no for them. Okay, so like I said, that was a lot in one, but when you put these two things together, when you know your strategy and you know your authority, this is literally like a GPS system for you. So you are the car, you are the driver, and your strategy and authority is your GPS system. Okay, so when you follow these two things, you are going to live your life in so much more alignment, and you are going to live your life in a more authentic way, because your authority isn't going to lead you straight. Your authority knows what's best for you, and it's not going to like trip you up or give you like negative experiences that are not meant to serve you. So by using your strategy to wait, to respond, to inform, to wait the lunar cycle, that's going to open up the opportunities. And then once the opportunities are open, then using your authority to say, yes, that is in alignment with me. My authority is saying yes or saying no, that's not in alignment for me at this point in my life. And when you get good at saying no, when your authority says no, that's going to help you with people pleasing. That's going to help you not feel frustrated, bitter, overwhelmed, burnt out. But also living in alignment with your strategy and your authority is going to help you start deconditioning, because you're going to be so focused on yourself and making decisions in alignment with your soul self that you're not going to be worried about everybody else. You're not going to be worried about if this person's feelings get hurt or if they get upset with you for not doing what they want you to do. So it really does help you to start live a life of ease and flow. And that is so super important for anybody in this modern age, right? Like we don't want to be overwhelmed, we don't want to be burnt out. We want to live a life with ease and flow. And so now Samantha is going to share about the fem flow and taking it one step further and embodying this with our feminine essence, our feminine energy. So Samantha, if you want to go ahead, I'll turn it back over to you.
Ooh, yes. Okay, when you taught me about human design and I started using being a manifesting generator, knowing that to respond to things like the ease and flow, like years ago when I was like doing this, it was like I was in hustle mode to do this and it didn't feel good to me. And I was like grinding and like, right. And you know, knowing with the emotional authority part, writing it out, letting my body feel the emotions. I'm like, why do I have to cry about everything? Because that's me. And when I started to live in alignment with that and use that, ease and flow became my life. Literally, I'm going to a yoga studio locally today day because I'm responding to a message where they're looking for someone to teach in their infrared heated yoga room. What? Like, people come to me when I focus on myself, my highest self, right? We're all just worried about ourselves anyway. So if we could be our best self, okay, and emit that, that is not selfish. You're going to be a better mom. You're going to have better relationships. Your business is going to skyrocket with ease and flow, right? Me and Mickeeley are going to talk about this feminine retreat that we get to like earn and be and like all of the fun things. Okay. Like it's an elevation. So what I have found in, overcoming my stories, right, of like the hustle, right, was I needed to balance masculine and feminine energy, right? We have both, right? And when we're in our feminine energy, we are flowing and free and creative and fun, but that doesn't get you done, does it? Right? So like we have to have that masculine energy that has the structure to allow us to flow through. So I've created this program called Fem Flow, which I'm going to teach you. And it is the ultimate guide for living a balanced, holistic lifestyle, supporting your overall wellness as a woman. Okay, so we focus on these 5 pillars, right? Like what's going on in your brain and your body. When you go through your cyclical nature, your 28-day cycle, your hormones are changing, okay? And what's happening in your brain and your body are different. And when you know this, right, when you can expect it, when you can work with it and not against it, like life is just going to transform for you. Same with nutrition. When we're menstruating and we're losing certain minerals and vitamins and we replenish them because we know, right, we're going to feel good when we're moving our bodies in fitness, right? Like 75 hard. Anybody hear of that, right? Like our bodies aren't designed for that. So if we are menstruating and we're going in at the gym and doing it, our bodies are like, we're doing more harm than good. But if you honor yourself and your body, and even on your menstrual cycle, you can do yoga and Pilates and honor the yin energy. Okay, right? The slow down phase. And then this goes for being a conscious parent as well, a playful parent, a mindful parent, right? Mindful mama. This came from when I am being my best self, I am able to emit that into my household. And my, how does, love and relationships change with that too? Because when we feel good, right, we are the leaders, right? When we feel good, everything around us just keeps getting better and better. So, yes, you may have heard, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy, or think that we are crazy. We think that we're crazy. We're not. We're cyclical, right? And we have to find our flow and be in cyclical nature with our flow. Okay, when we find that flow, then it's incredible. You feel great. So I always say it's not you, it's your hormones. Know where you're at in your cycle, right? So talking about our cyclical nature, right? Mother Earth flows through her seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall in 1 year. We have internal seasons every month. Can you imagine, like Mother Nature does it annually and we do it monthly, right? So we flow through these phases about every 28 days, right? And just like, Mother Earth goes through her cycles, we do with ours. So I'm going to do a little overview really quick of these phases. It's not just your menstrual phase, right? But as you flow through this cycle, you're following this yin and yang energy, right? So when we're going to start up here, menstruation, this is our inner winter, right? Think of winter as death and dying. We're bleeding, okay? Right? This is the time to surrender. This is the time to be still, really reflective, right? This can be very restorative if we connect with ourselves. And then just as winter phases through comes spring, right? And spring is our follicular phase, our energy starts to rise up, right? We're blooming inside, we're motivated, right? And we're playful. And, it's just, I love spring. It's great, right? But as we cycle through, then our inner summer comes. We're ovulating. When you're ovulating, right, you're fertile, you're in heat, right? We're mammals, okay? We're in heat. So we have this magnetism about us, this attraction. We're outwardly focused, very visible. And this is when you're really a magnet, right? So imagine using these cycles every month, knowing them, knowing when it's time for your cycle, right? And using that to your advantage. And then the luteal phase is that last part. It's about 2 weeks long. And this is when the yin energy when the yang energy, right, wax on, right, and then wax off, yin, we slow down in our luteal phase. And this is when we have a heightened intuition, and we're closing things up, right? You may feel the need to get things done, right? This is the time for completion. So these are the 4 phases, and I just want to go through them, starting again with the menstrual phase. This is a little overview. It usually lasts 3 to 7 days, right? So if you start tracking your cycle, get a planner and start tracking your cycle. We'll start with menstrual phase and just give you an overview, right? So our hormones begin to drop. But if you have this right brain and left brain, right? Your thinking mind and your feeling mind. And at this point in time, when you're menstruating, this creates the heightened communication. So you are best able to speak how you feel, right? So if you're an entrepreneur, having sales calls, right? Like understanding that you're able to communicate, having important conversations during your menstruation phase is actually going to be really good for you. So then when we flip back over to follicular phase, right? This is days 8 through 13, right? Usually lasts 7 to 10 days. And an overview of this phase, your inner spring, is that your estrogen is on the rise, right? You are starting to get creative. This is the time to dream big, prepare and plan, do your research, gather your resources, map out a strategy, right? Talk to people. Like, this is the time. And then once we're out of follicular phase, then we start to ovulate. Then if you didn't think that energy was good enough, now you hit your peak energy, right? This only lasts about 3 to 4 days, okay? So knowing this, right, we are able to communicate and connect with other people. Again, that big vision is in store. This is the time that you're magnetic, okay? Use it to your advantage. And then there's always, with the yang energy comes the yin energy. And this is in that last and final phase, the luteal phase, about 2 weeks long. And an overview here is that we are slowing down, right? We're coming to a close. Is there an overview of this one? Yeah. So this is the time where we honor the slowdown. Right? Hustle culture is gone. Take care of yourself. Know when it's time to go to HIIT classes and boot camp classes, and then when it's time for a yoga class, right? Because the rest is just as important. Okay. The rest and rejuvenation are just as important. So that is a recap of the 4 phases. And what I teach in FemFlow is really doing the groundwork within each phase. Okay, so we're doing the yoga, we're breathing, we're meditating, there's affirmations and journaling. This is the inner stuff that, we've got an appointment. Oh, the kids have to go to soccer. Oh, I'm too tired. But I'm telling you, mamas, if you take time for yourselves, and I do this, I've got a little morning and evening cute little card that I put on my nightstand. So when I'm journaling, or maybe I'm not in the mood to journal, but it's, I could breathe, right? Or maybe I don't feel like doing yoga, but I could meditate, right? So finding your flow and knowing where you're at and how to honor yourself. So we do a lot of these practices here within FemFlow. So super excited. Yeah, so it's a beautiful connection between human design and your feminine flow. And Mickeeley and I are hosting a feminine rising retreat where we can dive deeper into all of this and really have that connection and the gathering together. So Mickeeley, if you want to talk about Asheville, super excited.
Yeah, so this is an all-inclusive experience where we can really dive deeper into helping you understand your type, strategy, and authority to live in alignment. But also, Samantha can help you really pinpoint your cycle and the nutrition that you need in each cycle, the fitness you need. This is a overview of where we're gonna stay. So out here in this lawn, we're gonna have our yoga, breathwork, meditation every morning. We're gonna end the day with the fireside chats, having a full moon ceremony, really just creating a community that is a safe space for you to come and just be you without the fear of judgment from other people. And so this is an all-inclusive experience. And so your gift from us for being here today and listening to us share our passions is that if you just make your deposit of $50 by Sunday at noon Eastern, you're going to get over $250 worth of gifts. You get a soul self-discovery session where I will pull your chart and send you a 30-minute pre-recorded video going over your entire chart, and then we can schedule a call to go over any questions you have. And Samantha is offering a one-on-one soulful session. Do you just want to touch base on that real quick, what all that entails?
I do. Yes. It's a 60-minute session where you and I are together, either in person, we can do it at the retreat, right? Or online. And I submerge you in the coaching, in a private yoga session, in a beautiful guided visualization meditation with sound frequency, and teaching you different breathwork techniques to do. So it's like an all-inclusive, like I call it like your soulful session, because this is like your highest self, teaching you to do these tools where you can take them and invigorate them within your day-to-day practices.
Yeah. And so this is awesome. It's going to get you in the mood for the retreat. It's going to get you familiar with some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about there. It's $50 down, and then the remaining 505 is just due by September the 1st. We have 5 spots. So if you want to come, it's all inclusive. Food's provided, activities are provided. We're going to do a paint and sip one night. It's just going to be so much fun to be away from our regular life and be able to connect with other people and get like deeper on a soul level. So yeah, if that sounds like something you're interested in, you can scan this QR code and get your deposit put in, get your spot secured, and we would love to have you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this. If anybody has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or put them in the chat real quick, and we'll go ahead and answer any questions you have. And if there's not any, then we'll go ahead and hop off and let you get about your day. But we do want to open the floor if anybody does have any questions.
And I want to thank you guys so much for being here, for practicing with us. I hope you learned something new. I hope this sparks something within you. And just know that this is an amazing community for support and accountability, and you are not alone. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. And I don't see any questions coming through, but if you want to connect more one-on-one, you can reach out to Samantha, you can reach out to myself, and we'll be more than happy to dive deeper into our passions with you and share more tools and resources. So thank you for joining us this morning. This was so much fun. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.